Welcome to another robotics video. This is for challenge 8, add code for a while loop and an if-else conditional statement. To get to this file, we need to, from our desktop, go to this PC icon, double click. Then under network locations, we have to find our home drive under our 320 number, our student ID, double click. Go to our My Robotics folder, double click. Go to student files, double click, and then programming challenges, double click. And it is the last file, challenge 8. Double click on that to open that up. And once it's open, we need to do the platform type check, robot, platform type, and make sure it says VEX 2.0 Cortex, and it says natural language PLTW. Once you've got that done, you're ready to begin. All right, so what we want to bring in next is a while loop. So find while, drag that out, and try that again. While, drag that out. There we go. All right. And what we want to do is we're going to select a value. So in this case, this is going to be the bump switch. So here's something a little new that you haven't seen before. So we're going to come down to where it says bump switch, and then we got a little pop out, and it says sensor value bump switch. So we're going to select that, click on that, and that puts that right there. So while sensor value bump switch equals, that's how you say equals, 2 equal signs 0, that means it's off, it'll do this stuff. Okay, so that's sort of our off switch. So as long as the bump switch is not pressed, then it'll execute this code in there. So, okay, so next, we're going to need an if-else conditional, okay? So a conditional is, as you know by now, is something has to happen in order for something else to happen, okay? So let's drag this out. We'll put it inside the while loop, okay? And so next, if sensor value limit switch, and we'll select right here, if limit switch equals 1, do this. Okay, so in other words, if the limit switch is pressed, so if limit switch equals 1, which is on, do this. What is it going to do? Well, it's going to start the motor. What motor? The right motor. And you can leave the speed whatever. I'll leave it at 95. And it also turn the green LED light on. So let's find LED, turn the LED on. Okay, got to tell it where it's at. Green LED. Okay, and then in the else category, we'll so in other words, if this isn't pressed, then it's going to do this. Okay, all right. So if the limit switch isn't pressed, it will stop the motor. What motor? The right motor, and it will turn off the green LED. Okay, so reading this from top to bottom, okay? While sensor value bump switch equals 0. So in other words, while the sensor value isn't pressed, it'll do this. If the sensor value limit switch is pressed, it'll start the right motor and the green LED. But as soon as you let go of it, the else, it'll stop the motor, okay? So save, compile, download. So this gives us our escape hatch, pretty much. Okay, so we can do this all day long. This is just like the code before. But when we press the bump switch, when that becomes 1, it'll kill the program. So limit switch pressed, motor on, LED on. I let go, it's off. But notice I still have the stop option, which means it's still running. So I can do that all day long. Press the limit switch, let go. Press the limit switch, let go. But as soon as I hit the bump switch, I killed the program. Okay, it is no longer going to start unless I hit start.